Good morning, everyone. So,
Good
previous
morning.
topic, what did I tell you? What was the topic
Consumer
which I taught
security.
you before?
Consumer security.
Krishna Nuni, can you tell? Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes,
Krishna
ma'am.
Nuni, do you remember the topic which I told you, taught you previous class?
Horizontal intersection.
It's not audible.
Ma'am, last class I was not there. Okay.
Rahul,
Consumer security.
just wait. Here, sound some problem is there. Just talk one minute.
Ma'am,
No. Okay. So changes in the budget set because of two reasons I told. Maybe because of changes in price, or maybe because of changes in income. Okay. So if there is a change in income, it will shift to right or left. If there is a change in the sense, for example, if there is an increase in the price of one good, it will increase, it will shift to left or right. If it is left, you just do like this. If it is right, do like this. If it is left, like this. If it is right, like this. Because I can't hear you. Yes, it is right. Okay, that is one thing. Another one you can see related to a decrease in price. It will be shifting to which side? If there is a decrease, yeah, good. So this, like this, you can see budget line will be shifting upward or downward because of changes in price also, or because of changes in income also. Okay, now next one what they have given is related to optimal choice of consumer, or which one will be the optimum choice where the consumer will select the what is a maximum, from where with his given income, what satisfaction or maximum satisfaction what he is getting. That is the next one. This I told you, right? Equilibrium. Yes. So equilibrium, what do you mean by equilibrium? Anyone can type in the chat box. Just uh, one, I mean, small short sentence. Okay, what do you mean by equilibrium? I can read it out, that one. Then, what do you mean by equilibrium? Two conditions are there. What are those two conditions? Two things should be tangent. What are those two things? You can type in the chat, right? No, you cannot type there also. Why? Is it okay? Just 1 minute. Let me. Okay, done. You can. You can chat now. Two things should be tangent. With what are those two things? When budget line is tangent to the indifference curve. Yeah, correct. So budget line is tangent to the indifference curve. There you can see the equilibrium, or from that particular point, the consumer doesn't want to change his options. Okay, from that particular point, his given income is given. At the same time, you can see that he is selecting, or he is getting maximum satisfaction from that particular point. Now, next topic is related to. So, in this, you can see which point is considered as the consumer's equilibrium. Which point? Put it in the chat box. Which point is considered that he is in equilibrium? Some points, a term is given. Which one is that? Point E. Okay, correct. That is the point where the consumer is getting maximum satisfaction at the same time within his budget. Now, next one, It is about demand. What do you mean by demand? That is what the next topic, or law of demand, or what do you mean by demand curve? That is what is given. Now, what do you mean by a demand is that the quantity of a commodity that a consumer is willing to buy and is able to afford. That is very important. When we say that I want to buy this, it's not a demand. Okay, I want to buy, but at the same time I can afford that to buy. So with these two things at given prices, and at given prices, in the sense given prices, income remains same, consumer's taste, preference, and all these things are remaining same, that we call it as demand for that particular commodity. So once more, what do you mean by demand? The quantity of a commodity that a consumer is willing to buy and is able to afford, okay, at a given prices of goods and consumers' taste and preference. So here, given prices of goods, consumers' taste and preferences remains constant. That we call it as demand. Now, so whenever any of these variables change, what is this variables change here? Here variables means this prices if it is changing, consumer's taste if it is changing, preferences if it is changing, there is a chance that consumer also will be willing to change his quantity chosen. Okay, so listen, whenever one or more of these variables change, what are those variables here? Prices of other goods maybe, or prices of same good. Sometimes consumers' taste and preference, it is changed. Because of that, there is a chance that the consumer may change his demand on the quantity of how much he wants to buy. So there is a chance that. Okay. Now, if prices of other goods, like for example, prices of other goods in the sense what now? Maybe sometimes we can use tea, coffee. Okay, for instead of coffee, we can use tea also, or instead of tea, we can use coffee. So if there is a change in price of tea, it may affect the demand for coffee. Okay, so like that, for example, I can tell you tea prices, if it is increasing, what will happen? There is a chance that people will start more demanding more coffee. So like that, there is a chance. So these things, what I told now, prices of other goods, consumers' income, taste and preferences, it should remain unchanged. Then only the consumer, what he is buying, that comes as a demand here. Okay. So it is entirely dependent on the price. It is entirely dependent on the price of that particular product. Okay. So other things unchanged, remaining unchanged. What are those other things here? Consumer's income, taste and preference, prices of other goods, all these things are remaining unchanged. It is not changing at all. So it depends upon, demand depends only one factor. What is that factor? Price. Okay. Now, the relationship between consumers' optimal choice of the quantity of a good and its price is very important. So here we are telling that relation between price and demand. So it is a demand function. Okay. So once more, listen. When we talk about demand, we are taking one factor into demand, one factor into consideration. What is that factor? Price. Okay. So there is a relationship between price and demand. Now, can you just put it in the chat box? What kind of relation it will be? Whether it is a positive relation or a negative relation, or inverse relation or direct relationship. What kind of relation it is? What kind of relation you can see between price and demand? Inverse relationship. Very good. What do you mean by that? Yeah, negative, correct. So what do you mean by that? As price increases, one increases, the other one decreases. That kind of relation, we call it as inverse relationship or negative relationship. Okay. So next one. So consumers' demand function for a good gives the amount of good the consumer buys at different levels of price when other things remain unchanged. Again, I'm stressing when other things remain unchanged. So you can see the relationship between two factors here, that is the amount of quantity demanded and different level of price here. Okay. Now, next one, the consumer's demand for a good is a function of its price. So this will be represented like this. X is a function of price. X in the sense here we are talking about quantity demanded. Okay, so quantity demanded in the sense you just keep it in your mind, demand like that. So quantity demanded is a function of price. This is how we write function of price. This is what the meaning of that particular formula. So quantity demanded is a function of price. So that means always there will be a change in the quantity demanded when there is a change in price. If price increases, quantity demanded will be less. If price decreases, the quantity demanded will be more. Now the graphical representation, when we represent this as a graph, that we call it as demand curve. Okay, so what relationship in that they are showing? Consumers demand for a good and the price. So it has a negative relationship. At the same time, that means what? Amount of a good that a consumer will buy or choose is likely to increase when the price of good falls. At the same time, it is likely to decrease with the increase in the price of the good. So this is all these things, whatever I told, it's all put up in different words. If you see that, you can take it in that way. Okay, so graphical representation of this demand function. What is that demand function? X is equal to function of price. Now when we are representing that on a graph, we call it as a demand curve. Now what relationship it is having? Negative relationship. So it shows what? Amount of a good always will be increasing when the price decreases. At the same time, it will decrease. The quantity demanded will decrease when there is an increase in the price of the good. So this is about demand curve. Now this one, how we are getting the demand curve, that is what it is shown here. Okay. Now here you can see IC1, IC2, IC3, right? 3 indifference curves you can see on the graph. Yes or no? Yes, right? Okay. Now first in the IC1, if you see, here you can see a point. Okay, that is C, point C. It shows that this much amount of mangoes and this much amount of bananas are demanded by this particular consumer because the budget line is touching the indifference curve, IC1. Okay. Now they are going to talk about, see now from this is the budget line, first budget line. This is the second budget line. So 1, 2, 3. Now this budget line is for bananas, it is shifting towards a right. What does it mean? What happens to the price? Just put it in the chat box. From 1, this is going to 2. So mangoes, it is remaining same. So what would have happened to change in this budget? Why this change happened? From 1 to 2, that budget line changed. That means price of bananas decreased. Very good. Okay, so there what happened? Price of bananas decreased. Because of that reason, the consumer is demanding more of what? Bananas. Now, when we are having more of bananas or number of bananas increased, what will happen to the total utility? Someone put it. It will increase or decrease? It will increase or decrease? Put it in the chat box. Okay. Price of Yeah, yeah, it will increase. That is correct. Total utility will increase. Okay, so that is why he is having IC2 there, a shift in the indifference curve. So listen once more. Here, it is shown here. What is shown here is that how we are getting a demand curve from the indifference curve and budget constraints. Now, demand relation I told, that is price and quantity, or demand you take it, quantity demanded. Okay, here how are we taking this? How are we deriving the demand curve from indifference curves and budget constraint? That is what it is shown on the left side. Okay, so here from the x of 1 what I told, it is increasing to 2. The reason what you told, that is decrease in the price of the bananas. So people started demanding more. So whenever the number is increasing, you can see the total utility is also increasing. That is why there is a shift in the indifference curve to IZ2. Now again the price of bananas decreased. So you can see that budget line is shifting towards the third one, that is this one, that is point E. Okay, now there also you can see again the prices is reduced. There is a chance that they may buy more and more of bananas. Okay, so when they buy more of bananas, you can see the total utility is increasing to E. So where the indifference curve is touching the budget line, there is optimum choice. So here three choices are given. One is point C, one is point D, one is point E. Now, when you join all these things, okay, when you join all these particular points, you will be getting the demand curve, because of change in price only you can see the quantity demanded changed here. Okay, so here if you join this, you're getting, it should be a straight, I mean, curve like this, so that they have shown here this one, that is demand curve. Okay, so this is how we are deriving the demand curve from indifferent curves and the budget constraint or the budget line. Okay, so here again, you know that whenever we are reducing one consumption, one goods consumption, the other one is increasing. That is happening. That is why this budget line is like this. Here also, I mean, this also you can see whenever we are reducing one good, the other one is increasing. That is why it is downward sloping, or it is having that particular convex to origin, that particular shape. So, got it everyone? I hope you understood. So next period, one more period is there. In that period, I will be asking questions related to it. So keep it in your mind. So once more, let me tell you what it is. What do you mean by demand? What is that? The quantity of a commodity that a consumer is willing to buy and he is able to afford at given prices. But here 2-3 things are remaining unchanged. What are those things? The prices of other goods, and prices of this particular good is only changing, and consumers' taste and preferences, all these things are remaining unchanged here. Okay, another one, whenever one or more of these variables change, what will happen? The quantity chosen or quantity demanded by the consumer will change here. The prices of other good, consumers' income, consumers' preference, all these things are remaining unchanged, and it has a negative relation or an inverse relationship. What do you mean by negative or inverse relationship? Whenever one factor increases, the other one decreases. Or you can see there is a negative relation in this case between two factors here. What is that? Quantity demanded and the price here. As the price increases, what will happen? The quantity demanded will decrease. As the price decreases, the quantity demanded will increase here. Okay. So like that, you can see an inverse relationship. Now, what do you mean by law of demand? Once more, there is a particular definition for this. This is the given definition from your textbook. It is very important that you should learn. Whenever they ask define law of demand, you should understand this. And one more thing, uh, if they ask you to explain law of demand, what you have to do, you have to make a table. Okay, you after making a table, what you do, you have to draw a graph related to demand curve. So can you just do one thing, make a table with five numbers, in the sense 1 2 3 4 5, like that you make. Okay, according to that, quantity demanded also, and price also. Price, quantity demanded. Just put few numbers according to this price. What will be the quantity demanded? Just write it down. You know the condition. Whenever the price increases, the quantity demanded will be decreasing. So first you can write any price for anything, any commodity you can take, banana, mango, anything like that you can take, and you can write it down. And draw a graph according to that. So whenever we are drawing, here it will be price, here quantity. First you write the table, then show to me. You can bring it. One person I will ask. Switch on your videos. Sayuja. Yes. If you've finished your table, you can raise your hand. Only the table. Keep it in your mind. There is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. 5 you would have written, I hope. Done? Abhilash finished? Can you just bring it near the camera? What you have written? Okay, the price what you have written is 100, right? First one. Okay, 100. Then 200. No, no. 200. Okay. Then, no. It is reducing. You are showing it as reducing. Okay. Just wait. So 100. 70, 50, 30. After 30, little more up. 20. Okay. And what is the other side? First 2 kg, 2, 3. No, first is 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now plot this on a graph. Yeah, this will be better. Okay. Then 20, 40. Right. Okay. That will be 1. Okay. Here 100 is there. Okay. Till there. So first point is this one. Second point, it is, what did he say? The number is 70. Okay. 70. So 72, then 50, 30, 20. 50, then 30, 20. Okay, so if you join these, it will be a straight line actually. Not will be, it's not necessary that 10, 70, 20, 30, then 50, right? Yes. Okay. So this, when you join this, you will get a line like this. So what about others? Did you get? Krishnaruni finished?
Ma'am,
Kevin? Yeah. I can hear now.
you can hear now?
Yeah.
Good.
Good. Okay.
Ma'am,
Kevin? Tell.
we can write like a mixed no. If in this both are decreasing, you can like something is decreasing and others increasing like that.
What did you say once more?
Like in this, it is full decreasing,
It is fully
decreasing.
decreasing. Yeah. That
We
is
can
what.
we
Uh,
can write mixed like increasing and decreasing.
In which one? See, a relation, when I said negatively, negative relation, increasing and decreasing, and then you should give that condition. When the price increases, the quantity demanded will decrease.
Yes.
That condition should be given, then only it will work. Okay, you are asking whether simply we can write decreasing, increasing. That's what you're asking, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's not like that. The negative relation, how it is, one when one increases, the other one will decrease. That should be given like that. Okay. Okay. So I hope you have done that plotting. Kevin, can you just show me whether you have done or not? Anything it can be. You might have done like, okay. What about the graph? Graph did you do? No.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so do one thing. Whenever they ask about law of demand, sometimes they may ask it for maybe as a long answer. So whenever they ask like that, you have to make a table and you have to draw the graph according to that. Then only they will give you full mark. Okay, got it, everyone? Okay. So law of demand. Again, the law of demand we are bringing to the as a topic here. What do you mean by law of demand? Other things being equal. Other things are what now? What are the other things? Amal, can you tell? What are the other things is remaining unchanged? What is that? Few things I told that it is remaining unchanged. No change in that. What is that? Hmm?
Constant.
Hmm? What is that? Few things I told, it will remain unchanged. Pranav, can you tell?
Price of good.
Price of other goods. Okay, price of other goods. Then,
Income.
yes, income of other people. Anything else? Price, income of the consumer, or to one more thing I told.
Taste and
Yes, tastes and preferences.
Preference.
So if that those things are being equal, you can see that there is a negative relation between demand for a commodity and its price. Okay, what is that negative relation? Whenever the price of a commodity increases, the demand for it falls. And when the price of commodity decreases, you can see demand for it increases or rises. Here also again and again they are stressing that other factors remaining same. So there is an inverse relationship. Here we are assuming. So always you can see in economics we have lot of assumptions. Okay, on the basis of assumptions only this particular theory will work, or whatever we are introducing as a theory, like law of diminishing marginal utility. I told you some assumptions like if you are eating one chocolate now and after 2 hours if you are eating another chocolate, your utility, there is a chance that it will increase. Marginal utility, there is a chance that it will increase. But few assumptions are there. On the basis of that only the theories work. Here the assumption is what? What is the assumption here? Roseanne?
No change in income.
Yes, no change in income. Prices of other commodities. I mean, no change in the prices of other commodities. No change in the
taste and preference.
taste and preferences. So these are the assumptions based or given for us. On the basis of this only the law of demand work here. Okay. Next one. Now, why this demand curve is having a negative slope? Negative slope in the sense, why this negative slope is coming? Because of, why the negative slope is coming like this? Because as we increase, as one increases, the other one decreases. That is why we have a negative slope here. Now they have given, or there are two terms they have given here you to understand, that is substitution effect and income effect. Okay, so two important things are explained to show that why there is an inverse relationship, or why there is a negative relationship in the between the price and the demand here. Okay, now here the first one they have given, when banana becomes cheaper, the consumer maximizes his utility by substituting bananas for mangoes. Okay, so what is happening here? What happened now? Why he is substituting bananas for mangoes? What is the reason, Abhilash?
because bananas is less cheap.
Became
cheaper.
cheaper. That means the price of mango might have increased. Okay, so what happens when one good is becoming cheaper, or one good started demanding by a consumer because the other one has become costlier? So instead of mango, he started buying bananas. So he is getting at the same time the same level of satisfaction, even though there is a change in price. So it results in demand for bananas. Okay, so here they are talking about the substitution effect. What do you mean by substitution effect? Here, what did I say? When one consumer start demanding more of one commodity. Here I am talking about the example that is banana. So he started demanding one commodity more. Why he started demanding more? Because the price of mangoes became, what happened to the price? Yes,
Increased.
it increased. So because of that, now he doesn't want to buy more of mangoes, he wants to buy bananas. So these two, bananas and mangoes, are considered as substitutes here. Okay, so because of that reason, because of a change in the price of mangoes, in the sense it is increased here. Okay, it's not only that change in price of mangoes increased, the prices of mangoes increased here. Because of that reason, he started substituting bananas for it. Okay, so that effect we call it as substitution effect here. For example, tea, coffee also you take. A person who is consuming tea, if it is he feels that the prices has increased after some time, maybe it was before, it was 50 rupees and it has increased to 100 rupees, and the price of coffee remains here, maybe it is only 60 rupees or something. So what will happen? According to the substitution effect, what will happen? Hmm? Yes, Rahul.
This one?
See, the price, one consumer, he used to buy tea. The price was 50. It is increased to 100 rupees. The price of coffee is 60. It is not increasing, or it is not increased. So consumer used to drink tea. Now because of price increase, what happens?
Decrease.
Louder.
Decrease.
Which one will decrease?
Coffee.
What will decrease? Demand.
Yeah,
See,
demand.
tea, coffee, this we are considering as substitutes. Okay. Now 50 rupees was there before for tea. It is increased to 100 rupees. Coffee, it is 60 rupees. It is remaining as 60. So a person who is consuming tea, what will he do in this situation? Rahul, he will start
No.
demanding more tea. Is it like that?
No.
No. He will start
Coffee.
He will start drinking coffee. What is the reason?
Because the price reduced.
Because of
Price reduced.
because of price increase in tea, he substituted. Okay, it's not that price reduced for coffee. Price is not reduced for coffee. Because of increase in the price of tea, he started substituting coffee instead of tea. Because either tea or coffee he can drink. That is the option. Okay, so this effect we call it as, what effect it is, Krishnanuni? What is that particular effect we call? What do we call for that?
Substitution.
Substitution effect. Okay, just let me take the attendance now. It's time. Okay, just Abdul, absent. Alan Thomas, absent. Alan Verghese,
Present, ma'am.
Anish, Aparna,
Present, ma'am.
Krishnakanti, Krishnanuni,
Present, ma'am.
Naveen,
Present, ma'am.
Nestle, Akshay,
Present, ma'am.
Pavitra,
Present, ma'am.
Pranav,
Present, ma'am.
Rahul,
Present,
Sayujya,
ma'am.
Vinay, Vishnu, Roseanne. Okay. Abhiram, Abhijit, Abhilash,
Present, ma'am.
Amal,
Present, ma'am.
Basuri, Kevin,
Present,
Omar, Sanam, Sandra. Okay then, thank you everyone.